Welcome to another episode of Beyond Organised. I have the lovely Caitlin Cipriano here. So, to give you a quick little rundown on who Caitlin is, she is a certified nutritionist, mum of two, and founder of Wholesome Huntress Nutrition. She's based in Vermont. She supports women through preconception, pregnancy, and postpartum with simple personalised nutrition coaching and resources. She holds a master's in nutrition and human performance and offers weekly meal plans and prenatal nutrition guide and one-on-one support to help mums feel confident, fueled, and cared for. Her own pregnancy journey sparked her passion for perinatal health, and now she's on a mission to make nutrition simple, sustainable, and supportive for every season of motherhood. Caitlin is also the co-host of the Vibrantly You podcast, where she shares honest conversations around wellness and motherhood. Welcome, Caitlin, to the show.
Thank you so much, Mel. I'm really excited to chat with you today.
Oh, it's so nice to have you here. I love that we're coming from a bit of a different angle here because we focused a lot around organizing and all this stuff. So it's nice to have you come in and help the audience in a different area of life.
Absolutely. And I think it can be also a hard area to feel on top of in
Oh,
the
definitely.
stage of motherhood, especially.
Definitely. I agree. So, what inspired you to get into the whole nutrition field?
Sure. So I didn't always specialize in the perinatal area of wellness. My initial background was definitely more of a generalist. I worked actually initially with a lot of athletes. And then after having my first kiddo, my son, which was right around 2020 when COVID hit, I just started really seeing a lot of gaps in this area. And of course, I was more interested too in learning things to help support myself, but in chatting with other friends and seeing things, of course, online, I was just like, there is a lot of information missing that would be so helpful for
Mm-hmm.
so many people. And, why are we not having conversations around a lot of these things? And so I went and got my certification specifically in
Mm-hmm.
perinatal nutrition. And I really wanted to be able to help more moms connect the dots and really make nutrition feel doable for themselves.
I love that. It can be almost like an afterthought for a lot of mums because we're so busy with our babies and even toddlers, and that even as time goes on, we're so busy looking after everyone else. And
Yeah.
before we realize it, we've got our own health issues and our own exhaustion that we have to deal with, even right from the beginning. And I think what you're doing is very much needed, but neglected in what a lot of mums do. So that's really cool. So how does your process work? Like what do you do to help mums?
Sure. So a lot of my clients are coming at various stages. Some of them are trying to conceive. Maybe they've been trying for a little bit and they're not wanting to dive right into maybe a traditional medicine approach. And
Mhm.
so we're really looking at what is going on. Like, how can we get to the root cause of things?
Yeah.
Or maybe they are having, I don't want to say like complications, but maybe they're having a tough pregnancy.
Mm,
They're dealing with a lot of, nausea, aversions. They're just really, having a hard time eating nutritious foods, which is
yeah.
pretty, common.
It's hard enough, yeah.
It's hard enough. And they
Yeah.
just want someone who can take that capacity off a little bit and get them into more of a routine again that they were used to doing before they got pregnant. Um, or I'm seeing moms postpartum that, like you said, they're just exhausted. They're wondering, why am I feeling this much fatigue? And they just really want some support kind of coming back into their bodies again. So, taking where their starting point is and listening to what are they struggling with? What are their goals? Like, what pieces are really important to them on their journey? And so I'm blending a evidence-based knowledge alongside of I like to take like a more holistic approach. So I'm really looking at
Yeah.
them as a full human,
Yeah,
and we're
that's
not
cool.
just talking about food, but we're also talking about their sleep and their stress. And so that we can really help them feel
Yeah.
more nourished and have better energy and all
Yeah.
of those things so they can really give back better to their kiddos and their families and everything like that. Typically, I do like to start off with focusing on blood sugar balance a lot because I
Okay.
find this to be a really like common theme, and then also making sure like digestion is good. Are there any missing gaps in what they're
Mm.
currently doing? And then we kind of build some sustainable systems from there, get them some good ideas that work for both them and their families.
Yeah.
We don't need to make multiple multiple meals over here, but that is a big part, is like shifting away from feeling like you have to do it all or like be perfect
Mm.
with your eating, but just really give them like good real life strategies so that they're not feeling overwhelmed.
Yeah. No, I love that. I love the whole holistic approach to it all. But also, I guess any change in the right direction is better than none at all. So I like how you're saying that,
Absolutely.
it doesn't have to be perfect. They don't have to follow a very strict way of doing everything. It's just making those changes that work.
Absolutely. And I think mindset challenges are what end up holding people back
Yeah.
the most.
Yeah.
Um, and there's like in the nutrition and wellness space in general, just this really huge belief of all or nothing
Hmm.
mindset that if, you're not doing things perfectly or how someone's recommended them to you, that you failed
Yeah.
somehow. And
Yeah.
then we
Give up.
carry a
I'm
lot
going to
of,
start again tomorrow. We hear it
yeah,
all the
and
time.
absolutely. And then I think we do internalize a lot of
Mm.
guilt around
Yeah.
that and kind of enter a
Mm.
circle of trying something for 3 or 4 weeks, doing really well, and then my goodness, like we had an off day or whatever, and we kind of like
Yeah.
re-enter
Circle back.
that circle.
Yeah.
So I try to help people shift away from that and really offer themselves grace and also
Love
really
that.
curiosity about themselves and learning how to be more intuitive so
Mm.
that they're not continuing to stay stuck in that loop, in that pattern.
I love that. And you're using so many words from being stuck and mindset and stuff that I do use when it comes to organizing too. So it it fits well. So with the people that are coming to you, what are you sort of finding is the most common challenge that you're coming
Yeah.
across?
I think outside of those like mindset obstacles that we just discussed, a lot of it is the like fatigue, like the energy levels is
Mhm.
really tough. And then also like time. Time is
Mhm.
always a bit like I not feeling like you have
Yeah.
the like, time to show up for yourself because you are
Yeah.
giving out so much to
Mm.
again your kids, your family, your
Everyone else but
job,
you.
everyone, yeah,
Yeah.
everyone else but you. And it's just that they feel really stretched thin and they often don't feel like they have the capacity to really plan things out, I think, in a way that does have some strategy, but that also allows them to still enjoy what they want to enjoy
Yeah.
too. Food is not meant to be this like rigid
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
There does need to be this like enjoyment piece to it as well. And so I
Yeah.
think it just ends up being like overwhelming because
Yeah.
there's so much information out there and
Hmm.
they don't know what to trust, what's going to be best for
Yeah.
themselves.
It's so good. And even just like hearing you speak on a few things, I'm thinking, oh, yeah, I could probably use you with with a few things here, but I've got to say it's pretty funny because over the last few months, I've replicated this salad from my local restaurant that I absolutely love. This lamb salad. And I've replicated
Nice.
it and I've eaten it like it's roast lamb and everything. I spent way too much money on lamb lately. But I have had it so many times for lunch over the last 4 months, maybe. And I even said back at the start, I could eat this every day for the rest of my life.
Mm,
And months down the track, I'm still eating it. My husband's like, I'm done. I'm over it.
yeah.
I can't eat anymore. But I think it's nice when you can find some food or even fitness or, some kind of thing that you actually end up enjoying and you can do it. And there's
Yeah.
nothing wrong if you have the same type of lunch every day if you're that kind of person. I'm quite happy
Mhm.
to have the same thing every
Yeah.
day, but still having that variety and stuff, which of course you would go through as a nutritionist. But having that lamb salad is still better than me going out and getting McDonald's or
Mhm.
just having toast or something. So you find what you
Yeah.
like.
Absolutely. And I encourage people to keep things simple. And when you do find
Mm.
those things that you really do like and enjoy, you can keep rolling with
Yeah.
that. There's nothing wrong there. And then you can find other ways in your meals to like interject that
Yeah.
for
Incorporate other
variety.
things.
And
Yeah.
so that's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, that's so
So
cool. So, what do you think is sort of the main thing that holds mums in particular back from seeking the help or making the change? Like, what do you think is sort of the main thing holding them
I
back?
think that, especially with moms, I think it's really hard to ask for help to begin with, to
Yes.
even like come to that conclusion that, like, okay, I'm really am like having a hard time with
Yeah.
whatever the particular thing is. And then once they've actually maybe come to that awareness, I think it's still even hard to admit that, like, okay, I really do need some like support and guidance
Mm. Hmm.
here. I think it's getting over that hump of admitting
Yeah.
that I need help, honestly, because
Yeah.
we're
And
stubborn
that,
and think that we should know.
no, and I see it all the time too. It's humbling. It is humbling because particularly in this day and age with social media and everything like that, we see all these other mums that seem to have it all together. And
Yeah.
for you in your space, you probably see all the mums that have their diet in check and their fitness regime in check and they're balancing newborn babies or whatever perfectly and pregnancy as well and all of that. And so it would be hard for your audience with that and for me with my audience with the organizing and stuff, and you just see all these Pinterest perfect pantries and then you're thinking, where am I going wrong? it's
Mhm.
it's hard because I feel like it doesn't matter what area of life you're looking at, we're susceptible to that comparison now, and it really is the thief of joy, and
Mhm.
it can be really hard, and it doesn't matter whether you're looking at food or timetable. You're
Absolutely.
comparing and it's hard.
Yeah, I think that comparison piece is really challenging too. Bounce back culture in the postpartum space is also really challenging. See that
Yeah.
a lot,
Yeah.
kind of like you said, meaning other moms be like,
Yeah.
why can't I,
Yeah.
be like that? And
Yeah.
I was not like that. Like I had challenges, especially in the postpartum time frame, and
Mm.
it's not
And then you throw hormones on
easy.
top of it.
Yeah, it's really
Messes with
not
you.
easy. And I think that maybe somewhere along the lines with more people sharing those positive experiences and not enough of these are some things that
Mm.
could happen to you along your journey during pregnancy and postpartum. Like, this isn't meant to fear monger you or to like
Mm.
take joy out of your
Yeah.
experience, but these
Keep
are
it
some
real.
things that like you
Mm.
could expect happening. And I think that that would
Mm.
really help a lot of moms just feel seen and heard when those
Yeah.
challenges do come up.
Yeah. And that's it. And I don't know about you with your space, but I'm sure that every day it's still making those choices and finding that balance in even what you're an expert in. And I know that's the same for me too. It's like, I don't want people thinking that a lot of us that are experts in what we do don't have the same struggles anymore. Like we are still making choices in that, but we might have set things up to be a little bit easier for us now, or we don't rely on motivation so much because we've got the habits and the good things in place. Like
Mhm.
all these different things, there are ways that it can become a bit more natural in some ways, even if it's a learned skill. And yeah, I just want to encourage people that just because we're good at what we do doesn't mean that we don't have to work on it
Absolutely.
too.
Absolutely. I think it's always a work in progress and,
Yeah,
taking it like one day at a time. But like you
that's
said,
it.
once you do have that foundation and those sort of systems in place that you've identified work best for you, it does make it so much easier that, like you said, you're not relying on the motivation to
Yeah.
to get it done.
Yeah. Well, that's it. And look, both of us, we've got little kids and all of that. So we're still just working it out one day at a time. That's
Yeah.
great.
Yep.
So if someone listening wants to get a hold of you, wants to follow you, wants to get your help, where can they go? Where can they find you?
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm on Instagram at Wholesome Huntress Nutrition. You can follow me there. You can check out my website as well. It's also wholesomehuntressnutrition.com. And I do have some different like guides if you're just looking to kind of like dip your toe in, get some recipe ideas and learn. I do have a few one-on-one coaching spaces available currently at this time. So if someone does have like questions or want to connect, they can either DM me on Instagram to chat or shoot me an email, which is also wholesomehuntress@gmail.com.
Great. Well, I'll make sure all of that information is in the description to make it nice and easy for everyone listening. But I have really enjoyed getting to know you and listen to what you do. I haven't come across a lot of people that are in your space, and I think it's very, very much needed. So I certainly encourage everyone listening to check Caitlin out and to go there. But thank you so much for coming on and joining us today.
Yeah, absolutely. I had a great time, Mel. Thank you.
You're very welcome.